everybody. Welcome back to Ross and Wizzy's Fanfiction Power Hour. I'm your host, Ross Pitt Shark Hunter. And with me here today is Wizzy Puff. Say hello, Wizzy.
Hi, I'm the fork on the left.
The salad fork?
Oh yeah, that is the one that goes on the left.
I have no idea.
Aw, man. Gotta grow up cultured. Understand which utensils go where, and then you'll get into a great Ivy League school and get a job as a CEO.
Uh-huh. Or, hear me out, I don't do that. Because that sounds boring.
Really. Think of Elon Musk. That guy is doing great, and he's like the richest man in the world.
That's a fair point. Wizzy, how have you been?
I've been doing good. My grandma just came over for a visit, and she's the best.
Aw, how sweet.
That's right, she's gonna listen to this episode, so I have to say nice things about her.
Uh-oh. I've been watching Invincible.
Ooh la la.
God, what a good show.
It really is.
I realized that Invincible is a lot like Worm.
Oh no.
Like, a lot like Worm.
With the levels of gore and sadness.
Yeah. Delving into how they treat real-world problems in superhero settings and stuff like that. They're both really...
realistically injured.
And they both, ironically, have something really fucked up happens that splits the entire fan base. Not in the show yet. It's later on in the comics. But that it's basically the exact same thing. Except I think Invincible, the comic, actually does it well. And in Worm, it's done so bad that it made me stop reading. That's just something I noticed, literally right now.
That's something that's I'm going to look forward to in Invincible then.
Oh man, you are not prepared for it.
It's going to turn out that the gay characters were actually straight the whole time.
Sure. Honestly, that might be better than what's coming.
That would really split the fan base.
It might be less controversial.
Dang.
Oh, yeah, it gets wild. Like, to the point where I'm not sure if they're going to adapt it. But I do hope they adapt it just better than the comic does it.
I remember the creator was talking about, like, wanting to do a bunch of seasons of this, so...
Gosh, the show is so good. I hope that it gets a bigger budget.
Yeah. That way we don't have to keep having these split seasons.
Yep. I'm gonna strangle Amazon.
For many reasons.
Many, many reasons. So anyways, Invincible, great stuff. The finale just came out. I haven't seen it yet, though. At this point, the finale will have been out for like a week, and I'll have seen it. But, you know.
I am lacking behind in a couple episodes by now.
Some pretty great stuff coming up.
Awesome.
So anyways, sorry, I just really wanted to gush about that for a second there. Today, we are going to be reading The Three Sirens by Cassandra, My OC is Best Pony.
Classic author.
If you don't remember Cassandra, My OC is Best Pony, they actually did another story that we've read. The Cutie Mark Crusaders are in a 1990s era anti-drug PSA. I remember that one.
I feel like the name of that one was better than the fic, but the fic was still pretty great.
Yeah, it's definitely a fic that thrives on the name.
That's definitely where the idea came from.
But yeah, The Three Sirens, I don't know if you can tell, but that's based off of The Three Stooges.
See, I didn't even get that until I read the description.
Oh, wow. I got it from the image itself, which you can see pictured there on the screen. It's very clearly Three Stooges.
Yeah.
It looks like Aria is Mo, Adagio is Larry, and Sonata is Curly in this.
Nice.
An interesting choice.
If only Sonata was bald.
Thinking of bald Sonata. All right. So very excited for this. I think the Three Stooges are very funny, and I'm hoping that these Three Sirens will be just as funny.
I was actually surprised the first time I saw a Three Stooges skit that it was actually funny. Because I really thought it was going to be like the most bare bones comedy.
Yeah, you don't expect much from older comedy stuff.
Yeah.
They can be great. Also, everybody, don't be one of those silly guys who don't go down into the description and read the story for yourself. I think you should do it. And in fact, I think that you should do it and give it a like, just for the hell of it. If you don't want to do it, that's okay, I guess, but you could also give it a thumbs up.
You could, not be a jerk.
Yeah, it's Christmas. I just realized I should have brushed up on my Three Stooges lore because I haven't seen anything Three Stooges related in like years now. So if there are references, I might not get them. So that's fun.
I'm sure it'll be just as good.
All right. Let's dive into The Three Sirens by Cassandra Miosi as Best Pony. Chapter: Band of Sisters. It was late at night. The Dazzlings sat in the dimly lit cafe, softly crooning their malevolent song to feed off the humans and their bickering. Their whipped cream-topped cappuccinos had gone largely ignored until Sonata Dusk moved her arm and accidentally knocked Adagio Dazzle's drink off the table, splattering coffee and whipped cream all over the floor.
"Now look what you did,"
said Adagio, slapping Sonata. "Hey, there's no need for that," objected Sonata. She crudely scooped up the whipped cream with her hand and stuffed it back into the cup. "See, good as new," Adagio replied by throwing what remained of her drink at Sonata's face. Mr. Cake walked by and slipped on the puddle of coffee.
"He's out cold,"
declared Arya Blaze.
"Grab his legs.
Instructed Adagio.
We'll hide him in the broom closet."
The Three Sirens were light-framed, so it took a fair amount of effort, but they managed to sneak behind the counter with their heavy cargo and toss him into the closet. "Hey, can I get some service over here?" called an impatient Canterlot student who was standing at the counter.
"I think he's talking to us,"
whispered Arya.
"We gotta pretend like we're supposed to be back here,"
whispered back Adagio.
"We're the new employees,"
said Arya to the customer.
"We wouldn't be allowed back here if we didn't work here."
"Yeah, whatever. I'll have a triple venti non-fat macchiato with extra whip and a shot of espresso."
"Triple... whatever he said,"
repeated Arya for the benefit of her co-workers. "I don't know how to make that," whispered Sonata.
"Me neither, but how hard could it be?"
said Adagio. She pressed the brew button on the coffee machine, and coffee began to trickle out from the dispenser to the drain.
"Get a cup under there, Sonata."
Sonata obliged, and in the process of placing the cup, put her hand under the hot coffee.
"Oof."
No, that's my line. "Oh!" she cried, pulling her hand back. She knocked over a bottle marked espresso, and it shattered on the tile floor.
"Now look what you did,"
scolded Adagio. Real talk, though. Yeah, I have done that several times, thanks to working at McDonald's.
Wait, you've put your hand under the hot coffee, or you knocked over the bottle of espresso?
I guess both.
Dang.
But mainly the coffee thing, the putting your hand under the coffee thing.
Oof.
Yeah, it sucked.
Was it that hot? Was it like the lawsuit level hot?
Yeah, no, thankfully this was after that, so they had to make it a lot less hot.
Thank God.
The coffee a lot less hot. Which, by the way, a lot of people got on that customer's shit for that. Nah, that shit was absolutely on McDonald's.
Yeah.
Their coffee should not have been that hot.
Third degree burns.
And also, frankly, I just think that people shouldn't drink coffee.
Ooh.
Just because. I know that saying that gets some people angry, so that's fun.
Hot take. No pun intended.
Quack, 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 quack.
It's a real Three Stooges kind of episode.
Relax. We got another one right here. She held up a bottle marked Turbo. He said triple, right? So we just pour this in and count to 3.
Oh,
she tipped the bottle in and counted out slowly.
"Hmm,"
said Adagio, staring into the cup.
This doesn't look right.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Addy.
I'll throw the book at you if you blow our cover.
Got him.
Said Adagio. You sure your guys work here? The customer asked Arya dubiously. Where's Mr. Cake?
He's, taking a snooze in the closet.
Said Arya.
Sleeping on the job. Can you believe it?
Adagio smacked her upside the head.
Don't talk that way about your boss.
She smiled at the customer.
Your drink, sir.
He took a sip and began twitching madly. It's a little on the strong side. Suddenly, Adagio got a sense of a strong energy field in the area.
Girls, do you feel that?
I think I feel an earthquake, remarked the espresso-fueled customer.
Equestrian magic, and it's coming from Canterlot High,
said Adagio.
We could be queens if we got our hands on that.
Do. So I'm just gonna pretend that this is like Rainbow Rocks, except it's doing Three Stooges now. That's just what the canon is.
Okay,
It's the opening scene of Rainbow Rocks, except Three Stooges.
Did they go into Mr. Cake's shop in that?
I think they're at Sugar Cube Corner. I could be wrong. They're at a diner, actually. So, no. But this is more fun. The girls arrived at Canterlot High and positioned themselves in a crowded hallway.
All right, girls, let's get to work.
They began their ominous crooning, but Sonata got a dust mite caught in her throat and started coughing.
What's the holdup?
Demanded Adagio. Sorry, Addie. I was a little hoarse.
No.
Said Sonata with a cheeky grin.
It even spells horse like the animal.
That's pretty funny. It's also funny because they weren't horses.
It is funny because of that reason. So wait, they were sirens. Does that mean that they were part fish?
Yeah.
Aw, man.
They also had kind of a horse thing going on, but really, they weren't horses.
I was kind of hoping they would be more like the original sirens who were like part bird.
Those are harpies.
No, the original sirens were actually part bird. Look it up.
I've heard so many things, and it's probably true, but I don't care.
It's really awesome because that is what separates them from mermaids, okay?
Fuck it. Let's look it up. It's probably going to be a short episode anyway, so why not?
Oh boy. Another Greek mythology. I don't know if they're Greek. Research episode.
Yep, they're Greek.
Oh yeah.
Well, that does look like a bird, kind of. Okay, yeah, definitely portrayed with bird-like stuff. If it makes you feel any better, they did fly.
Oh.
Just not with wings. Just did it with magic.
Yeah. At least they had a semblance.
I'm gonna pretend they did it because they didn't know if they were going to be able to get to a point in the show where they could have actual sea ponies come in.
Yo.
So they wanted to reference the original My Little Pony like that.
I think normally today people depict sirens as like mermaids because it's just become the common thing, but I just like them being different and also not being as sexy as the mermaid version.
First off, actually, birds are totally as hot as mermaids. But second,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there are other half-human, half-bird creatures in the mythology as well, so...
Yeah, probably. But none as popular as the siren.
And also they come from completely different mythologies, so who cares?
Yeah.
I was a little hoarse, said Sonata with a cheeky grin.
Oh, a wise gal, eh?
She clonked Sonata on the head. Sonata pouted and stuck out her tongue.
Never mind that. For real this time.
They began singing, and in an instant, all the students began arguing with each other, except a distinctive group of 6.
Hey, those 6 aren't affected. What gives?
Demanded Arya.
There's only one explanation for why you'd see 6 diverse girls with nothing in common hanging out together.
She's never heard of it before.
Said Adagio. Half a jury? Suggested Sonata. It's pretty good.
No, you idiot.
Adagio backhanded Sonata.
They're the elements of harmony. They could thwart all our plans if they play at the Battle of the Bands.
But how are we gonna stop them if we can't make them fight?
Asked Arya.
Oh, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Oh, I get it, said Sonata. We'll murder the white one's cat and pin the blame on the rainbow one.
Jesus, no. What's the cat's name?
Opalescence.
Opalescence.
The worst of the pets.
Fair. But still, it's a little kitty.
Sure.
What's wrong with you?
Exclaimed Arya, kicking Sonata in the shin.
We're not gonna kill anyone, are we?
Adagio replied calmly.
No, we're not gonna kill anyone. Clever people don't kill. Chipmunk, get me a thumbtack. Bunny Ears, get me a chair.
Sonata pulled a thumbtack off the bulletin board, and Arya dragged out a chair from a nearby classroom.
See, when Cowboy Hat's not looking, we put a tack on her chair. Then when she sits down, she'll think Candy Floss did it, and they'll start fighting.
Pretty clever, agreed Sonata. She dropped the tack and it rolled out of sight.
Nice job, Butterfingers.
No worries, I'll find it, assured Sonata.
I'll help you look,
offered Arya. The two of them crouched down at the same time, and their heads knocked together, causing them both to fall over backwards.
Never mind, I'll just get a new one,
fumed Adagio. She pulled one off the bulletin board, causing several flyers to come detached and flutter to the ground.
Now, tack, chair, and we're good to go.
Hey! A girl with fiery red hair and a leather jacket stormed over to the Dazzlings. Did you tear down the flyers that I spent all of my detention period putting up around the school? The girl was a bit bigger and taller than the Dazzlings, but they tried to put on brave faces. Wasn't us, said Sonata innocently. They're flyers. Maybe they flew. Whatever. You three are strange. I'm watching you. She pointed at her eyes, and then at the Dazzlings. Sonata tried to mimic the gesture, but only managed to jab herself in the eyes. Oh, and pick these up. She threw the papers at the trio. They flinched and shielded their eyes. Adagio sighed and slumped down in the chair.
Ow!
She cried, springing up again with the tack stuck in her behind.
Who put it on that chair?
I think her.
Yeah, she's the last one to hold it.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. That night, the three of them snuck into the school.
We couldn't make them fight, but we can still keep them from performing if we break their instruments,
explained Adagio. They entered the music room and flicked on the lights.
All right, find something to smash and make it quick.
Hey, Sonata, look, a piano,
said Arya, pointing to Rarity's grand piano. She doesn't even play it in the band.
Really?
No, she plays a guitar.
Oh, that's probably what they're talking about, right? Or maybe it is just a piano.
A grand piano is not a guitar.
Oh, yeah, it says grand piano.
Although she did get a grand piano into the school that one time, so...
Snuck it in like contraband, eh?
Nope. Aww. It was a show. Yeah, she made it a whole spectacle.
No, she has to do that with everything, eh?
Yep. I play a little piano, boasted Sonata.
Yeah, but can you play a big one?
Certainly. She took a seat at the grand piano and began to play a melodious Beethoven piece.
I thought I told you to do some smashing,
snarled Adagio. I am. I'm doing a smashing good performance. She grinned at Adagio, who responded by slamming the cover down on her fingers. Oh!
Hey, Addie, look, I'm Pete Townsend,
said Arya. She raised Rainbow Dash's guitar over her head and swung it at the floor, hitting Adagio square in the foot.
Ah!
said Adagio as she hopped around in pain, clutching her foot.
I didn't know you danced,
said Arya.
Oh, a wise gal, eh?
I love them just doing that again.
Yeah. She picked up a gong mallet and smacked Arya over the head. Why didn't you tell us we had hammers? said Sonata. This'll make it much easier. She took the mallet and swung it at a Chinese gong. God. It made a mighty crashing noise and caused Sonata to reverberate.
What was that noise?
Came Principal Celestia's voice from outside.
Now look what you did.
Barked Adagio, slapping Sonata. We gotta find somewhere to hide.
No time. We'll pretend like we're mannequins. Now hurry up and freeze.
They're dumb idiots.
Or stooges, as one might call them.
They stood in place, posing like the models they'd seen in fashion magazines. The doorknob turned slowly, and Principal Celestia entered the room.
Remember, be convincing,
Whispered Adagio.
Hello? Is there anyone in here?
She spotted the three dazzlings, standing still in the center of the room.
What on earth are these?
Addie, I gotta sneeze.
Whispered Arya through gritted teeth.
Hold it in if you know what's good for you.
I'm trying.
Adagio bit her lip.
Did that one just make a noise?
Wondered Celestia, looking Arya straight in the face. Arya's face twitched madly as she tried to contract her nose without actually moving. Hey, relax, Teach. We're just mannequins, said Sonata. Adagio facepalmed. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Ow,
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 ow, ow,
said the three dazzlings as Celestia dragged them by their hair and threw them out the door.
Oh,
Whined Arya, rubbing her head.
my left side hurts.
Here, I'll fix that.
Said Adagio.
Gee, thanks.
Adagio yanked on Arya's right pigtail, causing the purple-haired girl's head to tilt with a cracking noise.
There, now you're balanced out.
So now what? Asked Sonata.
Well, the Battle of the Bands is tomorrow. I bet the Crown of Friendship will come out when the Rainbooms play. We'll swipe the crown and use it to conquer Equestria.
What is the crown of friendship?
It isn't a thing. Well, it is a thing. Okay, so it's probably meaning Twilight's crown, but that crown went back into Equestria with her. So I guess they're probably thinking that there is a crown of friendship, but they don't realize that it's gone. Back in Equestria, and they think that the school is used. I don't know. Anyways. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. The Dazzlings sat at the back of the auditorium, out of sight to the performers. The Rainbooms were performing on stage. As the song reached the chorus, Twilight took center stage, microphone in hand. She took a deep breath.
You got the magnet?
Whispered Adagio. Yeah, it's right here. Whoa! The magnet leapt out of Sonata's hand and latched onto Arya's necklace.
Would you stop playing around?
Hissed Adagio.
It's stuck.
Whined Arya, tugging at it.
Well then pull harder,
Demanded Adagio.
Sonata, hold her hair.
The submissive girl obliged, and Adagio tugged at the magnet hard enough to pull Arya forward.
Ow, ow, ow.
Whined Arya as Sonata began to pull her hair to anchor her down.
Oh, stop it, you big baby. Here, Sonata, you try.
Sonata took hold of the necklace and pulled at it from behind.
Hey, girls,
Said Arya.
I don't think this is such a hot idea. Gah.
She began to make gagging noises as the coil tightened around her neck. Finally, Sonata pulled it free. Got it, she declared, oblivious to the pain she had caused her friend.
You got this too,
Said Arya, conking Sonata on the head with the magnet. Adagio knocked their heads together and then pushed the two girls apart.
Twilight solo is coming up. Now stop horsing around.
Ha ha ha. Comedy gold. She took a length of dental floss, looped it around the magnet, and tied it off, making for a primitive grappling hook. Up on stage, the music began to crescendo. Twilight took a deep breath, raised her microphone, and belted out the final chorus of the song. Her inflamed passion galvanized the element of magic, and her regal wings sprouted as she rose off the ground. Adagio whipped her contraption in a circle motion and accidentally smacked Sonata on the chin with a loud clang.
What's the big idea?
Barked Adagio.
You trying to get us caught? Stand back.
She shoved Sonata back into Aria, and the two of them tumbled into the wall. Twilight's solo was almost over. Adagio checked the knot one more time before whipping it around her head and flinging it at Twilight. Just as Twilight finished her last note, Adagio's weapon stuck fast to its target. "Eep!" cried Twilight, as her wings and horns suddenly disappeared. Actually, they don't get horns in Equestria Girls when they pony up.
Only wings?
Only wings, yeah. Isn't that weird?
Maybe the horn was being projected by her magic.
Maybe, but she also can't really... The magic in Equestria Girls is a bit more confusing. She can't really do much magic with it. Although, actually, now that I think about it, there is sometimes when the pony-ups do involve the horn, it's just after Rainbow Rocks, and it's never when they're all ponying up. And it's never with Princess Twilight Sparkle, of which this is. As her wings and horns suddenly disappeared, separated from her magic, she fell to the ground with a thud, her microphone making a terrible screech and bang when it hit the wooden floor. The crowd gasped, and the music stopped instantly. Twilight's friends rushed to her side to make sure she was okay. The Rainbow House lights were replaced with a dim, eerie shade of green as the mist began to roll in. Adagio triumphantly held up Twilight's crown, laughing menacingly.
With this, girls, we can open the portal and conquer Equestria once and for all. Farewell, mortals.
You won't get away with this,
yelled Rainbow Dash.
Try and stop us,
bragged Adagio. The Dazzlings crooned in perfect harmony, their best since their exile from Equestria. The students were spellbound by their melody and began to quarrel. The 6 girls ran towards the sirens, but Adagio brought her hands together, and the students mechanically walked towards Twilight and her friends, forming a barricade. Rainbow and Applejack tried to shove through, but this only provoked the students into pushing them backwards, twice as hard.
Thank you so much for your help. I'll compose a song in your honor. Now, to get out of here.
She pointed the crown at the cordoned-off main entrance and fired a beam of energy, blasting away the doors.
Adieu.
They sauntered away. Sunset, who had been watching from the catwalk above, let out a gasp of disbelief.
That does it.
She leaped down to the stage. Trixie, I need your help. She grabbed the magician by the arm and took off in pursuit of the Dazzlings.
What's going on?
Slurred out Trixie, her mind foggy as the spell began to wear off.
You require assistance from the great and powerful Trixie?
Never mind. Just move those great and powerful legs of yours.
They are great and powerful.
The duo caught up to the Dazzlings, who were making their way to the portal with a boastfully slow gait.
Once we get through the portal, the world is our oyster,
declared Adagio.
Hey, Addie,
yelled Sunset.
Don't be so shellfish.
She took a peanut butter cracker from Trixie's coat pocket, crushed it in her fist, and hurled the crumbs at the Dazzlings.
How was that helpful?
Asked Trixie, poutingly.
Waste of perfectly good...
A flock of white doves burst from Trixie's sleeves and swarmed the Dazzlings, pecking away at the cracker crumbs.
What the...
She's a magician.
She just had a bunch of doves up her sleeve.
That is absolutely something that she would do.
She is great and powerful.
Heck yeah. The 3 Dazzlings were knocked right off their feet, and the crown fell off of Adagio's head. Feebly, she reached for it, but Sunset stomped on her hand. I knew there was a reason everyone wore high-heeled boots. They all do.
All the girls in Equestria Girls?
Yep. Until a few movies later, I guess.
Even Rainbow? Is it like their uniform?
Nope.
Okay.
And yes, even Rainbow, but, well, not high-heeled boots. Actually, not everybody wears high-heeled boots, but mostly boots. Boots are kind of the thing.
Oh, okay. Well, boots are a good pair of footwear.
They are. Do.
And that is how the great and powerful Trixie saved the day.
Oh, said Snips and Snails, enthralled by her story. You saved the day? Asked Sunset incredulously.
Would it have been possible without Trixie? And did you not say Trixie has great legs?
She's got a good point. Sunset just rolled her eyes and walked away.
You still owe Trixie 50 cents for the peanut butter cracker.
That was all that Trixie and Equestria Girls 1 got. Peanut butter crackers.
Really?
Yeah. She walks up to Twilight, who's trying to get something out of the vending machine. And she's like, the great and powerful Trixie wants some peanut butter crackers. And she gets some peanut butter crackers, and Twilight gets nothing, because Twilight doesn't understand how vending machines work, I guess.
And that is now her character.
Yep. Called Trixie. Sunset ignored her and approached the Dazzlings, who were sitting in the remains of the front steps, heads hung in shame. You three. I built that wall with my own 2 hands. It's true. She scolded.
Did she have to, repair the school after she broke it or something?
Yep.
Oof.
She deserved it.
She's powerful.
She was powerful in her demon form.
Ah, so that's what it was?
Yeah.
Dang.
When she got the Crown of Friendship, she was able to, I guess, control shit with her hand magic. And she ripped the front of the school off. And boy, howdy, did she rebuild it.
What did she do?
Rebuilt it. Very impressively done.
Dang. Turns out she has a knack for masonry.
Yep. I built that wall with my own 2 hands, she scolded. Which hands? Asked Sonata. These hands, replied Sunset. She slapped all 3 of them in the face with one swipe. Sonata, why would you say, which hands?
She couldn't help it.
Oh, Sonata. Now you 3 are going to rebuild this wall, and I want no shenanigans. Is that clear? You forgot an ending little quotation mark there, buddy.
Which means the sentence continues.
The Dazzlings looked at the wet cement, the assortment of power tools, and the humorously long boards of wood.
Perfect.
Crystal, they replied. Crystals? I don't think so, said Sunset. She took their magic gems and crushed them underfoot. Damn.
Does that kill them or something?
Yes.
No!
That's how they die. Canonically.
They just start aging rapidly and die.
Like the ending of Tangled or
Exactly.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And that was The Three Sirens by Cassandra Myosia's Best Pony. Well, Wizzy, what did you think of it?
I thought this was probably one of the funniest stories we've read in a while. I really enjoyed this one.
To be fair, we haven't read a lot of funny stories in a while. Wait a minute. Never mind. I forgot about the April Fool's Day episode that I just edited.
What April Fool's Day episode?
Alrighty then. Guess that didn't happen.
That's my April Fool's Day joke about the episode.
Oh, well, you're 4 days late by time recording this episode.
I thought today was April Fool's Day. That's why we're reading a Three Stooges fic.
It actually isn't. Well, if that wasn't you who I read that with, who the hell was it?
Ooh.
Oh, well. Guess that's a mystery for another day. Yeah, it was a pretty funny fic, I gotta say. Does a lot of the classic Three Stooges bits.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely appreciate that. A lot of Sonata abuse.
And we love Sonata abuse.
Absolutely. Almost as much as we love baby death.
Ooh.
One of our favorite tropes.
Now we just gotta do as many Sonata abuse fics as we've done of those. We've already done the one where she got turned into sushi.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, this is funny how similar, since we've not done that many Dazzlings fics, it's funny how similar this one is to the Is Wallflower Going to Kill Me? Which isn't really a Dazzlings fic, but it actually mentions them.
Yeah. That is still one of the darker fics we've read. But yeah, funny stuff. The three characters work pretty well as Three Stooges.
They really combined the universes well in this fic.
Totally.
Thank you for another great story, Cassandra.
Cassandra, my OC, is best pony. Get it right.
Cassandra for short. Cass, if you
No.
want to go even shorter.
We're not doing that. I refuse. Their name is Cassandra, my OC, is best pony.
Cass Mosi Boney. That's my abbreviation.
That's a bit better, I guess. Their name isn't even Cass. Cassandra is the name of their OC.
I know, right? So maybe we should call them God.
Yeah, okay. Maybe someday we'll read another fic by God.
I just want them to go over and give this story a like. That's all I really want.
Of course, they should. So yeah, that's all the time we have for today. Wizzy has to go eat things.
You're going to allow me to eat food again?
I said things, not food.
Oh, at least I'll get to consume something.
I never said through your mouth. Just so you know.
Jesus.
All right, everybody, have a great day.
See ya.
Think of Elon Musk. That guy is doing great, and he's like the richest man in the world.
That's a fair point. We're going to need you to do another laugh when the dog isn't barking.
Or we could just claim that that was my laugh, the dog barking.
I
I just laugh like, oh,
I have canonical evidence that that's not how you laugh, so no.
We
We can't do it, otherwise the fans will complain. That's not Wizzy's laugh.
Gonna complain about the continuity? Jesus Christ.
Actually,
these
in
animals.
episode 53, Wizzy laughed like this.